Hello everyone, good morning all of you. This is Dr. Sudarshan Sambajirao Pedge, Assistant Professor, Department of Zoology, Kailasasya Rasika Mahavidyalaya Devani, your zoology companion, and welcome to my lecture. In the last lecture, we also completed the analogy. Now, today we will start the next topic of our syllabus, that is the vestigial organs. So, vestigial organs, it is the another source of evidence stemming from the studies of comparative anatomy is the presence of organs in various animals that have no apparent function and are useless. Okay, so it means the organs in various some such organs present in various animals but that have no apparent function, okay, and are useless and often small or lacking some essential part. However, in a related organism, these organs remain full-sized, complete, and functional. Okay, such organs are called vestigial or rudimentary organs. Okay, and these vestigial organs are believed to be remnants of organs. Okay, and which were complete and functional in their ancestors. Okay, so such type of vestigial organs generally found in the ruminant animals, and they were complete and functional in their ancestors. Okay, so there are more than 100 vestigial organs present in a human body. Okay, and some common examples we have seen here, that is the first is the muscles of the external ears, second the panniculus carnosus, third is the coccix, fourth one is the vermiform appendix and cacum, and presence of vestigial mammary glands in male human beings. Next is the presence of vestigial nictitating membranes, and next another last one is the presence of wisdom, that is the third molars. Okay, so these are the examples of vestigial or rudimentary organ. So we have seen here we have see here one by one. So first is the muscles of the external ears. Okay, so we know very well these muscles are developed and functional in quadrupeds. Okay, but in man they are a useless structure and cannot move the external ears. ओके, आपले जे काही कान आहेत, कानावरचे काही पिन्ना म्हणजे जे हेअर्स आहेत, याचं अदर ॲनिमल्समध्ये याचं फंक्शन हे युजफुल आहे, बट इन द ॲनिमल्स, okay, so these functions are not in use, that is the useless structures. Okay, so this is the first muscles of the external ears. So next example of that vestigial organ is the panniculus carnosus. So in that panniculus carnosus there is a well developed subcutaneous skeletal muscles. Okay, and that skeletal muscles layer by which some quadrupeds can move their skin at the time of need. Okay, so this is the one particular quadrupeds, and that quadrupeds it will be the move their skin at the time of need. Okay, so such type of Parnaculus carnosus generally fly off the irritating insects. Okay, so this muscles layer is of no use in humans. Okay, however it is a functional in the forehead by which it can move the eyebrows. Okay, you have seen that is the eyebrows, that is the that paniculus carnosus, moves the eyebrows. Okay, so this is the second example of vestigial organ. Okay, another one more example is there, that is the coccix. The coccix is the much reduced string. Okay, so coccix, the much reduced string of a caudal vertebrae. Okay, and is present at the end of the vertebral column. Okay, so it is a remnant of the tail present in a early embryo. Okay, so uh, early embryo of man. Okay, but it is shed off much before the adulthood is attained. Okay, you have seen here the picture, that is the one particular caudal vertebrae is there. Okay, that caudal vertebrae is also called, that is the coccix. Okay, you have seen in that picture the last, the caudal vertebrae. Okay, and that caudal vertebrae, it means the tails, and that tail generally found in the embryo of a man. Okay, so that is the one reduced structure is there, or reduced string of caudal vertebrae. Okay, and that is the one. So that is the one particular vestigial organ or rudimentary organ. It means the useless organ is there. Okay, so again one more example is there. There is the vermiform appendix and the cacum. Okay, so you have seen in the next picture, in that the cacum is located at the point where the large intestine is joined by the small intestine. You have seen here the cacum, that is the uh, position of cacum, that is the joint in between the small and large intestine. Okay, so that is the cacum, and that cacum is a short pouch ending. Okay, that is the one particular short pouch and ending blindly except for the small opening into its extension called the vermiform appendix. Okay, so that is the one particular you have seen in the small ending, that is a small opening, that small opening is called as the vermiform appendix. Okay, and this appendix of man is thought to be a remnant of the large cacum. Okay, and that cacum, which is the storage organ for cellulose digestion in herbivorous mammals. Okay, so in most primates except man, it is of a large size. Okay, so in human beings it has no function and is rudimentary. Okay, so it indicates that the ancestor of man, okay, that is the early primates, had a much coarse diet due to which cacum was functional. Okay, so this is the vermiform appendix. Generally that vermiform appendix, it will be used in the uh, an ancestor of a man. Okay, so this is the example of rudimentary organ or the vestigial organ. Okay, fourth. Now next, fifth is the presence of vestigial mammary glands. Okay, you have seen that picture, that is the mammy on male, mamma in on male. Okay, so this might suggest that one times males also suckle the young one. It means the small baby, it also suck the male young one. Okay, so that is the, it means the mamma, it will be present in the ancestor. It is the well developed mamma, it will be present in the ancestor male. Okay, so now it will not present, it means the is that vestigial mammary glands, it is a useless. Okay, so another one more example is there, that is the presence of vestigial nictitating membrane. Okay, so in that in the inner angle of each, you have seen in that picture, that in the inner angle of each of our eyes, is present a little fold of flesh called semilunar fold. Okay, you have seen in the man uh, eye structure, in that is the one particular little fold of flesh. Okay, so that little fold of flesh is called as a semi lunar fold. Okay, so this correspond to a structure which in many lower animals in a movable third eyelid, okay, called that is the nictitating membrane. You have seen in the first two picture, in that one particular fold you have seen in the some many lower animals, okay, and that folds it will be the movable. Okay, and that movable fold we call it the third eyelid, that is the called that called is it means that is the nictitating membrane. Okay, so in the nictitating membrane laying under the outer eyelids and the sweeping across the eye from the inner angle outwards. Okay, so this is the nictitating membrane, or this is the presence of vestigial nictitating membrane. Okay, and last uh, one example is there, that is the presence of wisdom, or that is the teeth third molars. Okay, we know very well these are posterior most teeth which are variable than the other teeth as regards the size and time of eruption. Okay, so these are a vestigial structure. Okay, since they are last to erupt or even fail to erupt. Okay, in other primates third molars are as a sound and as a fully developed as the rest of the dentation. You know very well, you have seen here the third molar. That third molar it will be very well developed in the lower animals. Okay, so so that is the one particular in the in other primates, that third molar is well developed and well functioned, but in the man the third molar is it is not well developed, it is as well as the it is not well functioned. So all the vestigial organs have provided evidences that man has descended from a simple primates. Okay, so this is it for today. Thank you very much. Remaining part we will see later on. Okay, thank you very much.